welcome back. In this episode, I'm going to take a break from our regular content, and I want to talk about using artificial intelligence to support your learning experiences, whether it's in software development or it's UML modeling using Sparx Enterprise Architect or any other tool. And so we're doing a lot of testing. We have been for the past year using different AI approaches to support the learning curve of some of the companies that we're working with. And in today's session, I specifically want to talk about Google AI Studio, Gemini. And they released 2.0. It's, I want to say it's still beta, but yeah, let's just get into it, show how it works with Sparx, if it works. All right, I want to start with a couple of tips and warnings. First off, make sure you're not sharing company proprietary information, all right? You're letting this software in to your system. And if you're using the screen scraper, it sees everything on your screen or screens. So be very careful about that. I would just have a test environment, pretty clean, and just use generic references to help you. All right, so we're in Google AI Studio, and we're gonna go here to stream real time, share your screen. We're going to do that. It's gonna let us pick a monitor, the screen that we wanna share, and we're gonna screen share this one, screen share this one, and I'm just gonna select share. And so right now, it is seeing this monitor, all right? And I have Sparx open, it's a blank project, and we're in the default layout, all right? So, hello, are you there? Hello, Gemini.
Hello there, how can I help you?
All right, so I'm in Sparx Enterprise Architect, and I need to learn how to use this platform, this tool for UML modeling. So how do I create my first diagram? Not sure what I want to start with.
Okay, you want to create your first diagram in Sparx Enterprise Architect. First, you'll need to start a new project or open an existing one.
So I have an existing one open. I'm in the default layout that Sparx gives us. It's completely blank. There's nothing in it. Can you suggest a diagram that would be simplest for me to start with?
Got it, you have a blank project open. I would suggest starting with a use case diagram, as it is often considered one of the simplest to create. Would you like to proceed with that?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
All right, to create a use case diagram, first you need to locate the New Diagram button or option, usually found in the toolbar or under the diagram menu. Do you see that?
Okay, toolbar. So I'm in the toolbar at the top.
Yes, the toolbar at the top is correct. Now, look for an icon or a drop-down menu that includes something like New Diagram or a similar phrase. Do you see it now?
No, I don't. New diagram, new. Am I on the right tab?
You may not be. Let's check. Can you describe the tabs you see at the top of the interface?
Start, design. I see diagram here in the ribbon menu.
Okay, you're on the right track. The diagram option in the ribbon menu is what you need. Click on that, and then you should see options for creating a new diagram. Do you see those options now?
I see. No, I don't. I see add element, but I don't see add a diagram.
Okay, it sounds like you're looking at the element options.
Instead, no, I want a new diagram. Element is right here. Diagram is right in here. So view, I don't see any new. Manage, I don't see new. I'm not seeing new here in this one.
Okay, it seems we're having some trouble locating the new diagram option. Let's try a different approach. Instead of the ribbon menu, let's go to the project browser, which is usually on the left-hand side of the screen. Do you see a project browser panel or tree structure there?
Yes, I do.
Great. Now in the project browser, do you see a root node or some kind of project name?
Yes, right here I see model, looks like a blank folder.
Perfect. Now right-click on the model folder. Do you see a context menu that appears?
Yes.
Excellent. Now in that context menu, you should see an option to add diagram or something similar. Can you find that?
I'm looking. These are my
Yes, there
choices.
should.
I'm not seeing add new diagram.
Okay, it seems that option isn't showing up. In that same context menu, do you see an option for add or insert?
See your diagram. Nope. Don't see anything
Okay,
there. There's some buttons up here. What do these do?
those buttons in the toolbar are shortcuts for frequently used commands.
Oh,
You can hover.
here's new diagram right here.
Wonderful. You found it. Now go ahead and click on the new diagram option.
Oh, darn it. It's not doing anything. I'm getting a
Okay,
warning message. You cannot add a new diagram or element directly under the project root node. Okay, I have to
okay,
create.
got it. You cannot add a diagram directly to the project root. You have to add it to a package within the model. Would you like me to guide you through that?
Yes, please.
Okay, in that project browser, under the model folder, you should see a default package, usually called main. Right-click on that package. Do you see a context menu?
I see context menu. Yeah.
Excellent. In that menu, you should see an option to add diagram. Do you see it now?
No, I don't. No, I don't. But there's a package icon up here. It says new package.
Okay, that new package icon might be a good alternative. If you click that, it will create a new package within the model. Would you like to do that?
Yes, I see it. A dialog box popped up. I can name it. I'm just going to go ahead and take the default name. And under here, I see some options, create diagram when I'm creating this package. What should I do?
Yes, that sounds great. Check the Create Diagram option. This will create the package and a new diagram simultaneously. Then click OK.
All right.
Awesome. You should now have a new package and a new diagram open. Is that correct?
I see a new package. Well, let me go back to browser. Yes. I haven't created the diagram yet, though. There's this builder page tab popped up. What's this about?
Okay, you have a new package, but the diagram isn't quite there yet. That builder page tab that popped up is likely the diagram creation wizard. It should be asking you what type of diagram you want to create. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Great. Now you should be able to select the diagram type you want. Look for use case diagram or something similar in the list. Can you find that now?
No. I see package, class, object down here. How do I get to use cases?
Okay, it looks like you're in the wrong place. Let's go back to the project browser, right-click on that new package that you created and select Add Diagram and see if that does it for you.
Right. So yeah, that didn't go very well. There's various reasons for it. The learning model for Sparx Enterprise Architect has not caught up. It may be back on an older version of Sparx because it was referencing older tabs and ribbons, and I mean really old. And it's not up to date with the latest version. It crawls a lot of content. I'm making assumptions, we made assumptions over the past year that Google AI Learning Engine is crawling the Sparx site. And and I've shown you how to get the various versions of Sparx when you're in there. So maybe it should have asked me what version of Sparx I'm on and then gone into its learning model and had an understanding of the interface and the various windows and would be able to step me through it easier. I gave it a very simple assignment. I really looked at this from, okay, I'm just opening this tool for the first time. How do I get started? And so what I try to do in the channels is show you how to get started step by step. And I'm thinking that the learning engine probably should have done something a little more like that, but we're not there yet. Listen, I'm a big Iron Man fan, love the movie very much. And I've always, for the last 10, 15 years, wanted to build my own Jarvis, my own AI platform that could, help me get through projects, even model for me. Back in the early part of 2000s, the company out of Berkeley, California, Ravenflow, created a tool that you could talk to, and it would draw activity diagrams in UML form automatically for you. Sparx is able to do something close to that, but of course not speech to text. Today, we're expecting that our AI capabilities would be able to look at what we're doing, like you saw today in this demonstration, and interpret what a user should go through to do certain things, like create a diagram. I like that it's suggested to use a use case diagram. I usually suggest using class diagrams because boxes and lines are natural for anybody, whether you're using UML or not. So use case diagrams are very common, but they're not necessarily the simplest ones to do, mainly due to the understanding the difference between actors, system boundaries, and elements. And also mainly due to the connections, the different types of connections between the use case elements. With class or object diagrams, they're just simple lines. So very interesting. I just wanted to share with you, there is so much hype going on right now around AI. I have been in data science and AI for over 15 years. And I started out around 2010 at a conference. I unfortunately made the statement, the future needs to replace teachers. And I didn't mean that. I meant that it not replace them. I should have said that AI can augment teachers and teaching our children mathematics, science, proper history, factual history, and things like that. But AI requires a lot of learning. It's garbage in, garbage out. So the learning models are built off of only the information and data that it has. And if that data that is constantly changing or there's gaps or differences in it, you're going to have different outcomes. So I'm going to keep following this. We're going to be doing some more demonstrations and so on. We're trying to get to a point where we can have the companies that we work with, the students that I work with, be able to learn Sparx, Draw.io, Lucidchart, and other tools. When we get into Lucidchart, Draw.io, Visual Paradigm, and some other tools in this channel, we're going to go back to Gemini, see how it's progressing. And there's some other AI tools that are coming up there, teachers, if you will, professors that can help you learn. All right. So I want to show you what AI should do or should have done in this case. First off, it's screen scraping. It sees what up here and I'm telling it, hey, I have Sparx open right now. I'm in the default layout. It should know what the default layout in comparison with other layouts that Sparx provides, different workspaces in here, because you heard it say that, hey, the browser is normally on the left. No, it's not. Browser can be anywhere. It should know that. In this case, browser's in the left, and I'm asking it to start with a diagram, all right? And it suggested use case. And I went, okay, that's fine. I want to go with that. Now, this is what it should have done. It should have said, do you see the browser on the left? Do you see the toolbar in the browser? All right? To create a diagram, you first need to create a package. So it should have told me to create a new package. And it should have said, name your diagram, whatever you want to call it. We'll call it use case. I'm going to accept the package. It should have known in the dialog box, you see an option to create diagram. Yes, make sure that's selected, right? Now hit OK. You see that it's giving you now an opportunity to build any type of diagram that you want, right? And use case is a behavioral diagram. Do you see that in your select from in your workspace? Yes. Now do you see use case? Yes, it's at the top. All right. Now up in the upper right, click create diagram or select whatever it wants to do. Now you've created, did you create a use case diagram? Yes, I did, but what do I do next? I see that you do not have toolbox up. Maybe that's what it was referring to when we were going through the toolbar, because I often call it the toolbar too. And I got confused with, well, the menu bar, right? So we need to get a toolbox. So on the Start tab, you see that at the top? Yes, select that. All right. Over in Design, you see that in the All Windows panel? Yes, select that. Now over in Diagram, do you see Toolbox in your selection? And maybe I might say no. And well, what do you see under Diagram? Oh, I see Toolbox. So select it. Now you have a toolbox with the elements you're going to use to create your diagram. And then it may ask, do you need any other help? What would you like to do? What is your use case? Go through that to help set up, right? Because ChatGPT can do that. And basically, hey, I want to create a use case diagram with one actor and two use cases. And then it would say, all right, let's bring in an actor. From the toolbox, select actor, and then select anywhere in the diagram that you want to place the actor, right? Then hit the left mouse button or whatever controller device it may know you have. Now let's bring in a use case. Go to use case, select it, and click anywhere where you want the use case. Now I always say drag and drop because I want to bring it to an area that I want to drop it. It's just faster than click, click, but I'm old school, right? Very good. Is there anything else, I can help you with? And I would say, well, how do I connect these? All right, what we're going to do is we're going to go to select actor. And I see that it's actor 1 in your screen. Select that. Now, with your mouse over that, do you see some menu options to the right of the element? Or some, I call them menu options, but you can refer to options, tool options. Yes, the up arrow, select it, hold your left mouse button, and then drag your mouse over to the use case, the first use case that you want to drop on. Then I would do that, I let go. Now you have options on what type of connectors to use. Do you want more information on the connectors? And I might say yes, and it might tell you what association is, what abstraction is, dependency. You might do that. Or it might say, let's start with association. It's the most common connection type between elements in a use case. So yes, it did that, right? Now I might ask, I want to connect the one use case to the other use case. I see that I've selected it, and it'll say, yes, I see that you've selected it. Now choose the up arrow again, hold down the mouse button, left mouse button, drag it to the element, let go, and now you have some connection options, right? Well, what are these? Which one should I use? And then it might go in and tell me, well, what is the use case? What are you trying to do? And again, it may explain what each one of these are, all right? So anyways, I'm going to stop there. I think that we've got a ways to go. Maybe my expectations are too high. Play around with the tool yourself. I strongly recommend it. It is so powerful and so much fun. When I'm in Office products, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, it's very helpful because I forget things. I don't use tools for a while. And how do I do that? Or what's the best formula? Or how do I break up this comma delimited cell. And, it does an excellent job of telling you how to build a pivot table and all of that things. All right. Anyways, play around with it. Have some fun, huh? Comments down below. How's it going for you? I look forward to hearing from you. And that's all I wanted to do, is just take a break from the normal stuff, cover this subject, because there's so much hype out there. And I'm very much concerned that people are going to spend, I don't want to say waste, because it's not a waste, spend a lot of time using the tool, and they're moving away from the typical tutorial places that they may go for help, whether it's this channel here, UML Operator, or some other. So we're almost there. We're almost there. All right. So thanks very much for watching. Until that next episode, happy modeling.